and we've made it to the final assignment in block 1, the famous or infamous pumpkin. I remember when I first saw this image on the Evolve website, and I was like, holy moly, I don't think there's any way I could do this, because this pumpkin is so complicated. I'm talking about the stem, the pumpkin itself, the cloth especially. I had no idea at the time how to paint cloth, how to make it look like cloth. And actually, when I started this painting, I was still a little bit leery because we haven't painted cloth up till now. We've only been doing geometric objects and fruit and a few animal statues, but no cloth. And I was like, is this really gonna work? All of the techniques that we learned, the strategies, the steps that we were taught, is that actually gonna work for cloth? But I don't know. I was like, all right, well, let's just do it. So I traced the image. The nice thing is that the line art that we're given to trace has the lines that we're supposed to use. And so you know that if there's an object here, then it's got to be either light or shadow. And then you check the black and white photo and you see, is that a light or is that a shadow? But if they had asked me to produce the line art for this, that would have been way too advanced for me. But they produced the line art, so that was good. So actually, what I've learned by doing this assignment, this pumpkin one particularly, is that sometimes the things you think are super complicated, difficult, and impossible, it's just a matter of figuring out the right way to approach it. So I haven't done this yet. One day, I want to learn how to paint like glass and shiny metals like silver and gold and things like that. Right now, it's still a bit beyond me, especially since I've barely gotten into color. I just started block 3 now. I'm going back and looking at these old assignment videos to see what I did back then. But at the time before I did this pumpkin assignment, I really had no confidence that I'd be able to do this pumpkin stem, for example, or the cloth that it's sitting on, how to make it look like satiny, because the photo looks satiny. So is there any special trick? And it's like, nope, you just follow the steps. You lay out the values, you put the values in the right places, shadows in the shadows, lights in the lights, extreme, moderate, and then whatever. And then you do the gradients, and then you do the reflections and highlights, and that's it. That's literally it. It's just a matter of following the steps and doing the best that you can at every stage. So try to make your gradients as smooth as you can, the way you were taught. Try to do the reflections and highlights correctly and smoothly as you were taught. So here I'm doing some of the gradients, as you can see, for the shadow on the cloth. Right now it does not look like cloth at all. It looks like some weird, what is that, welt or something. But as you will see, once I follow the steps and I actually start blending it out into a gradient, it actually works. And I was surprised. I mean, I probably shouldn't be, because everything has been working up till now, but I actually was a little bit stunned at how well it turned out, actually. Just following the steps. It sounds so simple, doesn't it? Just values, gradients, reflections, and highlights. There's really only 3 steps to this thing. And yet, with just those 3 steps, you can do so many interesting photos of varying complexity, including quite complex paintings. There's a video that Kevin did on the Evolve Artist YouTube channel where he goes through and paints a black and white portrait of, I think it was Carly. Actually, no, I think he found another image of another woman's profile. And he just uses 4 values, and then he just uses those strategies that they teach here in Evolve, and he makes a highly realistic painting. And when you know the trick behind it, it's almost like seeing a magic trick explained. When you see, at least for me in the past, when I've seen people produce final paintings, I've always been amazed at their skill level. And I was like, there's no way you could do something that difficult. Or speaking to myself, there's no way I could do anything like that. But then I bumped into Evolve Artist and Kevin and found out the system, and I was like, whoa, I didn't know I was capable of this. Apparently I am, if I just follow the right method that Kevin lays out. Art used to be like this black box to me. I had no idea how you do it. I thought the only way to get good at art is you just have to be passionate about it and be willing to practice for 10 years, like my friends that I know of, and take classes and do lots and lots of paintings and drawings and practicing, and I didn't have a whole lot of time to do that because first there was school and then there was work and things like that. So I was like, yeah, there's no way I'll ever be able to be even halfway good at art. Then turns out, nope, you can. Art is not just for the geniuses or the people who are born with a particular talent or with a ton of extra free time. I mean, look at that. That cloth actually looks like cloth now. It's not perfect. It could be better. There's still areas that could improve, of course, but it actually looks like cloth. Even now, I'm still a little bit amazed. And now we're doing the pumpkin. So right now it looks super flat and 2D because we haven't done any of the gradients yet, but now we're working in the gradients. I literally counted how many ridges there were in the pumpkin so that I could draw those lines, which maybe I wasn't really supposed to do, but anyways, when I turned this in for feedback, the instructor who responded said actually the gradients were not entirely correct, but I think I probably need to go back and review that feedback. Maybe I'll redo the pumpkin painting again at some point. I'm pretty sure this is one of our potential assignments in block 4, actually, because in block 4 you've got 3 black and white paintings, photos to pick from. One of them is this pumpkin. I think block 4 is direct painting, so we're going to learn a new method of painting. But Evolve recycles some of its pictures. Like there are some black and white images that we paint in block 1 that come back in block 3, except now they're in color. So that's kind of nice. There's a little bit of familiarity. So you're already familiar with, okay, I know where the shadows go mostly, and I know where the gradients are supposed to be. Now I can just focus on the new thing, which is color. So there we go. Finished painting with the stem, the pumpkin, and the cloth, and I'm just filling in the background, and then this thing will be done. Anyway, so yeah, I think we do have the option of maybe redoing the pumpkin in block 4. I don't know if I'll do it again or not, because there's also a couple other black and white images that I'm kind of interested in doing as well. But maybe I'll do it on my own. So we'll see about that. Anyways, wow. Once you put in the background and you get rid of the white and fill it in with that nice extreme shadow, moderate shadow background mixture, this painting really pops. I'm still stunned about the cloth thing. This gives me hope that in the future I will be able to paint glass and shiny metals. So yeah, there you have it. The pumpkin, which is our final assignment in block 1. And then after this, we move on to block 2, which is about direct observation, painting what you see instead of just painting what you can trace off of paper, which is a really valuable skill to have. And this is one of the things that I was looking forward to. But I was a little intimidated, so I took my time. I took my sweet time going through block 1 before moving on to block 2. There you have it. Finished pumpkin. Perfect for fall. And that's it for block 1. Thanks for watching this video. If you want to learn more, you can check out the blog. I'll update if there's anything I forgot to mention in the video. It'll be there. Have a wonderful creative day. I'll see you guys next time.